Hi everybody. Today I'm gonna get messy again. I love labels, but I don't like paying for them. So I've got a bunch here. Now I did have to pay for the stamps, but when you get the stamp, you can make as many as you want on all different kinds of papers. This is actually stamped on file folder. I'm using the it's new to me. It's been out forever. Tim Holtz, Stampers Anonymous, field notes. It's CMS 396, in case you want to look it up and get one for yourself. You can tell I've already taken some of them out because they're upside down, but they come off like this and they stick back on here. And I really like them. So what I did with these, this was just some scrap file folder that I had that I stamped on, and then I cut them out with some scissors. Because I just got these stamps and I wanted to try them out, and they work great. What I wanted to do, and what I should have done probably before I stamped these, was color my file folders or cardstock or paper, whatever you want to stamp on to make your labels. I should have done that first because I don't think I have any stays on, any permanent ink. And if I spray these now, it might make the ink run. So I can still, let me grab my ink here. I can still ink around these and they'll look great because the file folder does take ink really good. And you can put as little or as much ink as you want. And you could even tone it down some by blending your ink over the top. And you can see the difference. So I can still definitely use these no problem. And that's usually how I do use my labels, is just inking around them. Try not to shake my table while I'm doing this because it makes my camera shake, and nobody needs that. Again, you can just tone down the brightness of it if you want to by blending it with your ink. You can see the difference. So that's one way to do it. Another way, and the way I'm going to show you today, is with coffee dye and acrylic paint sprays that I make, because I should change my name to the Cheap Crafter. I like the oxide sprays and all the shimmer sprays and everything, and I will gradually buy some. But to start out with, and for the most part, I just make homemade stuff. So what I've got here, you get this, my box over here, is some file folder scraps that I have from different things that I've been making. And that's what I'm going to spray on. And then I've got this spray that's leaking out everywhere. No worries, I've got some paper towel here. This is coffee dye. Did I get it in the shot? There we go. The coffee dye, how I do that, I have this sprayer that I got at the hardware store, and I get instant coffee, because I drink coffee, but I never have any left over. So I get the instant coffee, the cheapest I can find, and I put it in here. I don't know, I'd say probably a tablespoon. If it's not dark enough, you can put more. And then I put a cap full of rubbing alcohol in here. That way, if I don't use it all, it doesn't get moldy or anything. And it'll last for about a month or so. I don't mix a ton of it up at one time, but if you put the rubbing alcohol in there, it'll last. So then I just take it and let's see, I don't know what my sprayer is set on. That's pretty good. And if you want it, I think that's going to be perfect for what I need it for. And then let me see if I can turn my light on and get rid of these shadows. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And it'll pool up around the edges, and you can manipulate it however you want. Let's see. Get some more over there. All right, I'm going to turn my heat tool on, so you'll hear it for just a second, and then it'll stop. Okay, it's going to take a little bit to dry, so I'm going to pause this and set this aside. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So now I've got these. I'm going to do these while I'm waiting for that to dry. Now, I have these little small bottles here that I bought. I'll put a link below. I got them on Amazon. They come in a pack of, I think, 20, I think. And I had some acrylic paint. And what I did is I put a couple of drops of acrylic paint in here and filled it up probably about halfway or so with water and just shake it really good. And you have a spray. So let's see. I think this is black. Let's see how this works. See? And you can, if you want more, you can get closer to it. You can dribble it on there however you want. So these bottles are really good. Sometimes they do clog, though. You just have to rinse them. Take the lid off and rinse it with hot water. Now I have some metallic acrylic paints. This is silver. Let me spray some to get it out here. I don't know if it will show up on the camera. Not really. Well, a little bit. It shows up better when it dries. Let's see, I've got silver, and then I think this is copper. You do have to keep shaking them quite often to keep the paint suspended in the water. Let's put some copper on this. See, that comes out a little bit drippier. And I think I have gold. Shaking it up. See, on the bottom, it'll pool. The paint will. So you just shake it. And it gets redistributed. So if you let it sit for a while, it'll do that. Just shake it really good. It'll come back out. And let's see, I'm going to do a little bit of gold over here. It's quite a bit. And then, what other color? I've got a bunch of colors. Let's try this. Fuchsia, I think it is. I don't know. There. All right, now I'm going to dry these for a little bit, and then I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So I've got the ones, here's the coffee dyed one. And then I have the one with the gold and the fuchsia. And this was the black and the silver. This was the copper and also silver. Anyway, so now we get all my other old labels out of the way. got my stamp and my acrylic block to put it on. Let's see, which stamp am I going to use? Oh, let's try this one. Okay. And where's my ink? Okay. Get my ink. And let's see how it's going to work. Stamp inked up. It's the first time I've used the stamp, so I'm hoping it looks like it's pretty well inked. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Oh yeah, that worked pretty good. All right. Should be able to just do it this way, I'm hoping. Put one on this side. Oh, that looks awesome. You know what? I'm just going to use the same stamp. Let's try it again on the fuchsia. Let's see. I want to get it on those dots. Yes, I like it. And let's do it on the gold. I might be able to get two on this side. Yeah, I think I'll be able to. Now, I will say when you're stamping on the file folder, I leave mine on there just for a second or two longer than normal, just to make sure that the ink soaks into the paper good. I don't know if you can see the shimmer from the gold. Let's see. I can see it. So that's good. And then we've got the copper. Now the copper is definitely shimmery in the silver. Let's go ahead and use the same stamp on this. How cool is that? Oh, well, I was right on that edge. And then you just cut these out with your scissors. And you've got a stash of labels. Okay. I think I'm going to switch my label. We're going to try it on the coffee dyed. Let me off stamp this real quick. I don't know where my scrap paper went, but we'll just use the paper towel. It'll be fine. Baby wipes take the ink off really well. I don't have any on hand right now, but I'll clean that up as soon as I'm finished with this video. Okay, let's pick a different stamp for that. Oh, look at these flowers. Let's try this one. But you get the idea. And if you, in this, the lazy way, I guess, of coffee dyeing, you can just get the whole piece of cardstock or file folder and soak it, immerse it in the coffee when you're coffee dyeing your paper. But quick way, the old spray bottle. All right, let's try this stamp out on the coffee dyed. Cool. All right, I'll do one more. I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me stamp this whole sheet full. That's good. There's my ink up. Get the extra ink off of my stamp for now. Okay. And then let's see, where are my scissors? Got the big chompers. I'm just glad that I'm able to use scissors. That hurt my wrist. If you watched my previous video, you'll have heard all about that fiasco. But it's doing much better now. And I could even save that piece, which is perfect, and use it for a smaller stamp. Let's see, this stamp is made, it's not straight. It's not made to be straight. So, and I'm leaving just a little bit of an edge on here for when I ink it. So I'm not covering up the actual stamp while that could be straighter. There's not a universe where that would be straight. Okay, I'll put that over there for later. And then let me grab my ink real quick and just ink it up. There. So you can see the difference between the ones that we didn't color and the ones that we did. Looks more vintage. And these are going to be sweet when I get them cut out. I'm going to see if I have a circle punch that fits the size of that. And if hopefully I do, and then I can just punch out the circles. But if not, I'll get my fussy cutting scissors out and cut those. The other thing that I wanted to show you is these. What I did is I got these labels from Etsy, and I can't remember where I got them from. I can't remember. I'll try to look that up and post the link if I can figure out who it was that has these. So I printed out the whole sheet and cut out. They were able to be cut in strips, and I glued them to some, again, scrap file folder. And so if you don't want to do the inking and the stamping and all that, you can just print some out like this and back them on the file folder and then cut them out. And what I do with these, which is really cool, which is how I injured myself. Let me find one. This one. This one works really good for this. The oval ones, but they'll all work. I've got a whole little bag of them that I made. They're like little dangles. So you cut around, you cut these out, and because you backed them on either cardstock or file folder or some thick type of paper, maybe even an index card. Why am I using these big scissors? I need my little scissors. Ridiculous. All right, here we go. Just put some ink around there. Cover up all my mistakes. And then punch a hole. Get my arch nemesis over here. My crocodile. And let's see. I want the bigger hole. So I'm going to put it in here and punch my hole. Okay. Then I'm going to get my grommets. And we're going to put a grommet in there. Or an eyelet. Let me just grab them real quick. Okay. What color is going to look good with that? Let me get these out of the way here. Black. We'll try black. That'll work. So put your grommet in. And the thing about these grommets is they're not quite, they're just a little bit too big for the hole that the crocodile makes. And that's because, who knows why. I ordered them off of Amazon and they're, says they're the correct size, but they're just like, if you had a micrometer, you could measure them and they would be off just a little bit. But you just make the hole just a little bit bigger and it goes in. So then we take our eyelet setter. Try not to hurt myself. Oh, see? And what I did is I got bulb pins. I've got a ton of them here. I also got them from Amazon. And let's see, let's get a black one. And then you just hang it from the bulb pin. And, well, let me just use this as an example. I'll just turn it over. And then you punch a small hole in your card, your paper, your whatever you're wanting to put your dangle on. Then you just put your bulb pin through the hole, and you have a little dangle. I love them. I made a whole bag of these just using the different labels that were in that set. I will find the set and link it down below for you. So this is me playing around, making labels, and so I can have them on hand when I'm decorating things. And I just wanted to share my process with you, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.